As a proofreader, what are you expected to do? If you're reading someone else's work and you feel it's in need of a massive overhaul, are you allowed to dive in there and tear it to pieces, or do you need to hold back a bit? Let's take a look at the answer. Typically, a document will go through several stages of editing. The first level of editing would be a copy edit. You might need to do this, or someone else might do it before it's sent to you to proofread. The copy editor is fairly hands-on. They'll edit the raw copy, the raw writing, and typically they'll work closely with the writer, asking questions and negotiating changes. And they'll be looking at the overall content, so looking at big picture things like structure, tone of voice. If the document's been produced in a large organisation with a clear strategy and strong verbal identity, they'll also be checking that the content's on brand. They'll also check that any visual devices such as graphs and charts are appropriate to the content. And they might work in one of two ways. They might either edit on screen, perhaps using track changes, or they might mark up a printed copy of the document. A proofreader will correct the document after the copy editor once the document's been laid out. So typically they'd work more closely with the graphic designer who's laying out the copy than with the original author. So they'll be checking for things that were not really the concern of the copy editor. Things like layout, is everything in the right place? Typography, do the fonts look okay? Does the document look visually consistent and in line with the organisation's visual brand identity? A big difference between a copy editor and a proofreader is that technically a proofreader should always mark up a printed copy of the document. And then there are aspects of the document that both copy editors and proofreaders will be reading for. And these are spelling, word choice, grammar and syntax. Syntax, by the way, is just the way sentences are put together. Punctuation, verbal consistency, and factual accuracy. So as you can see, there's some overlap between the copy editor's role and the proofreader's role. The boundaries are a bit blurry, but it's helpful to have some idea of the expectations of you as a proofreader. In the course, we're going to be looking at all the various elements that you'll be responsible for checking as a proofreader. But before then, let's look at the question that keeps every proofreader up at night. What if I miss something?